The 2011 film The Thing serves as a prequel to the original 1982 movie unfolding in the harsh environment of Antarctica. The narrative commences with a group of Norwegian scientists helmed by Dr. Sander Halvorsen making a momentous discovery: a colossal alien spacecraft embedded under the ice accompanied by a frozen entity presumed to be an extraterrestrial life form having crash-landed thousands of years ago. In pursuit of understanding their groundbreaking find, the Norwegians enlist the expertise of paleontologist Kate Lloyd, who arrives at the research station with her assistant Adam Finch and American helicopter pilots Carter and Jameson. Initially skeptical yet intrigued, Kate remains oblivious to the darkness that will cascade from their research. The scenario escalates when Dr. Halvorsen decides to extract a tissue sample from the frozen organism despite Kate's objections regarding the potential risks involved. As the ice begins to unexpectedly melt later that night, chaos ensues when the alien creature awakens, breaks free, and begins wreaking havoc within the station. As the team attempts to contain the creature, it brutally attacks and kills one of the scientists, Henrik, by assimilating him, demonstrating its terrifying ability to absorb and replicate its victims at a cellular level. After burning what they believe to be the creature, Kate and Adam discover a chilling reality: the entity not only destroys its prey but perfectly imitates them, raising the imminent threat that anyone among them could be a duplicate. The situation spirals further into paranoia as Kate finds a titanium medical implant in the remains of Henrik, confirming that the creature had indeed copied him and left behind only the materials it could not assimilate. Dreaded uncertainty envelopes the group as they grapple with the implications of their discovery. Kate urges the team to conduct blood tests to identify who remains uninfected. Just as they prepare to implement this crucial test, disaster strikes. Someone sabotages the station's blood samples, stripping away their only means of discerning friend from foe. As tensions mount, the atmosphere becomes charged with distrust and terror, fracturing the group's unity. The psychological horror intensifies as claustrophobic settings, isolation, and the fear of the imposter among them weigh heavily on the scientists. What starts as a scientific expedition quickly devolves into a nightmare of survival where paranoia reigns and the true horror of the thing begins to unfold, suggesting that the fight for humanity may be lost to an entity that thrives on deception. As paranoia envelopes the team, the realization dawns that anyone could be infected by the thing. When Carter and Jameson attempt to escape via helicopter to find help, Kate intervenes, fearing their potential infection. Ignoring her concerns, the pilots take off, but the helicopter crashes, resulting in the deaths of everyone aboard. Inside the station, one scientist, Edvard, begins to undergo a horrific transformation, revealing his infection. His metamorphosis is grotesque. Monstrous appendages sprout from his body, leading him to attack his colleagues. One by one, team members face assimilation until Kate and Carter manage to fend off Edvard by burning him with flamethrowers. At this moment, the line between human and alien blurs, resulting in rampant suspicion that incites violent confrontations among the surviving crew. The base morphs into a battleground as the frightened individuals grapple with discerning allies from enemies. Tensions rise as trust disintegrates entirely among the few remaining. Pursuit to the alien ship. While on a mission to track the remaining infected, Kate and Carter encounter Dr. Halvorsen, who has now been completely taken over by the thing. In his grotesque amalgamated form, he makes his way towards the alien spacecraft, which begins powering up, suggesting that the thing is trying to escape Antarctica and invade civilization. In a decisive confrontation inside the ship, Kate engages Halvorsen in a desperate struggle, ultimately using a grenade to destroy him and disable the spaceship, thwarting the aliens' attempt to flee. Final confrontation: trust is fragile. After barely escaping back to the surface, Kate and Carter are exhausted. As they prepare to leave in a snowcat, Kate notices something troubling: Carter is missing his earring. This seemingly minor detail becomes crucial as Kate remembers that the thing cannot replicate inorganic matter such as metal implants. If Carter were indeed human, his earring would still be present. Realizing Carter's assimilation, Kate takes the decisive and painful step of burning him alive with a flamethrower to ensure the thing does not survive. Themes and analysis. The overarching theme of the thing is paranoia. Who can be trusted when anyone can be a perfect imitation? This inability to identify friends from foes breeds isolation and fear, causing relationships to shatter. Coupled with survival horror, the setting in the remote Antarctic environment intensifies feelings of helplessness and entrapment, making the winter itself as formidable an enemy as the creature. Evolution of the monster: a perfect predator. Unlike conventional alien entities, the thing distinguishes itself by eschewing sheer force, instead opting for a strategy of assimilation, adaptation, and concealment. This cunning and intelligence elevate it to a position of profound horror within cinema. The creature's intellect is subtly acknowledged, particularly when it attempts to operate the spacecraft to escape. The nihilism of cosmic horror. Reflecting the bleak themes of John Carpenter's The Thing, 1982, the prequel further explores the nihilistic underpinnings of cosmic horror. Despite robust efforts to contain the entity, it continues to endure, as reiterated by the infected sled dog in the final moments. This persistence leads to a chilling conclusion: even successful short-term interventions cannot lead to the complete eradication of the thing. The nature of the thing: a biological nightmare. Within the realm of science fiction horror, the alien beast in The Thing is notably fearsome due to its unparalleled capacity to perfectly imitate any living organism. The 2011 prequel probes deeper into the mechanics behind the thing's operations, elucidating why it represents such an indomitable threat. This creature avoids relying on brute force or superior weaponry. Instead, it survives through deception and assimilation. By absorbing and mimicking its victims, the thing is capable of replacing any living creature without detection. Several critical biological aspects are elucidated in the film. Cellular imitation: upon infecting a host, the thing reconstructs it on a molecular level, flawlessly replicating organs, skin, and even memories. Replication limits: it is noteworthy that the thing cannot reproduce inorganic materials such as metallic implants or jewelry, which becomes a pivotal vulnerability that Kate exploits to reveal imposters. Partial transformations: the movie depicts the thing merging multiple bodies or maintaining a half-transformed state, enhancing its grotesque depiction. Perhaps the most distressing characteristic of the thing is that it remains perpetually alive. Even a person partially assimilated continues to be a vector for the infection, meaning that incineration or absolute destruction remains the only viable means to halt its spread. The psychological horror of paranoia. The unease in the thing extends beyond the monster alone. It also stems from the paranoid atmosphere it instills among the remaining survivors. As Kate becomes aware that the creature can replicate humans, she seeks to devise tests to ascertain who retains their humanity. However, this knowledge breeds a palpable fear of false accusations, precipitating immediate mistrust and tension within the group. The destruction of blood samples marks the onset of chaos within the team, as the fear of false accusations fuels paranoia among even those who are uninfected. This fear transforms characters into formidable threats as the psychological strain takes precedence over any actual danger posed by the alien entity. This situation mirrors the themes prevalent in John Carpenter's The Thing, 1982, where the true horror emerges not just from the creature itself but from the profound deterioration of trust among individuals. In this context, Kate Lloyd serves as a strong female protagonist who approaches the crisis with an analytical mindset. Unlike McCready, the rugged protagonist from the original film, Kate is a scientist whose foundational knowledge drives her actions. She values evidence and scientific reasoning, striving to uncover the truth logically rather than defaulting to aggressive measures. This intellectual pragmatism sets her apart, enabling her to adapt quickly to the dire circumstances she encounters. As she uncovers the thing's vulnerability to non-organic substances, her proactive nature juxtaposes the hesitance seen in her colleagues, allowing her to step into a leadership role in a moment of crisis. The pivotal confrontation with Carter illustrates Kate's decisive nature. Despite the emotional toll and isolation she experiences, she remains sharp and perceptive. The subtle clue of his missing earring is crucial. Recognizing its significance, she eliminates him without hesitation. This bold choice exemplifies her as one of the most intelligent and resourceful protagonists in the horror genre, underscoring her capability amidst chaos. The film concludes with events that link directly to Carpenter's 1982 version, creating a seamless connection between the prequel and the original. The character of Lars, initially perceived as minor, survives and notices an infected sled dog. His frantic chase with a helicopter pilot to neutralize the creature before it reaches another research station sets the stage for the opening of the 1982 film. The Americans at Outpost 31 unknowingly welcome the alien threat, an outcome that constitutes a perfect intersection of narratives, enhancing the importance of the prequel to the franchise rather than relegating it to the status of a mere remake. Overall, both Kate Lloyd's actions and the narrative threads connecting the films explore deeper themes of trust, survival, and the psychological underpinnings of fear, positioning the stories within a framework that resonates with the audience's understanding of human nature in existential challenges. If you enjoy watching this video, then subscribe to Angel Recaps for the latest movies explanation.